All right. Invincible. Funnily enough, on topic. Invincible back to last week. We've got another Viltrumite that has betrayed the Viltrumite. He's an old bastard. It looks like Santa Claus. But from what we've seen, you may be older and that makes you stronger, but I think experience plays a big part. I think Nolan might have been one of the more experienced fighters because they seem to take out two of the Viltrumites without, I don't want to say much difficulty, but, you know, he could take out Viltrumites one-on-one. And then you also had Mark that I would say did pretty well against an old Viltrumite. I don't think he had the killer instinct. So as soon as he got the upper hand, he couldn't push the advantage and kill her. But it kind of goes to show, like, yes, Viltrumites get older, they get stronger. But based on that alone isn't necessarily going to determine the outcome of a fight. There's also going to be a little bit of experience, a little bit of instinct, a little bit of everything. So it gives us a bit of an idea. Because when you're comparing Nolan to anyone else on the planet, Nolan wins. I was like, well, not exactly a fair comparison. All right, Nolan and Invincible. Nolan wins. It's like, well, Invincible just got his powers, is inexperienced and all this other stuff. It's like, you know what I mean? It's hard to gauge the power levels. It's almost like for the first time ever, it's like Goku versus anyone on Earth. It's like, Goku wins. It's like, well, how strong is Goku? We need like a foreign thing to measure him up to get a reading of how strong he is. It's like, hello, my name is Raditz. It's like, oh, okay, Goku just got his ass kicked, which means, you know, he's like that strong. So it's a very, you know, funnily enough, it's a very similar situation. But you get what I'm... See, now that I think about it, it's a very similar situation. I should stop thinking about it now. But God bless Akira Toriyama, like, may he rest in peace. But, yeah, you get what I mean. So I'm very actually excited to get a little bit of that, you know, readings. And especially the superheroes on Earth just got slaughtered by the lizard people. And yes, that's an arc that's happening. But Viltrumites are like 50 times bigger a threat. Because one of them is capable of so much destruction as compared to the lizard people and his entourage, you know? Like, the lizard people and his entourage, they're like the Earth fighters, right? You've got, like, Krillin and, like, Piccolo and, like, a bunch of other people. And then you've got, I'm going to assume that giant ship had more than 10 Viltrumites, right? You've got this ship riddled with, you know, Saiyan-level fighters that could each individually probably conquer the planet without much effort. So it's like, serious business here. These guys are on the way. Like, Invincible, I get that you feel bad for the bug people, but you should probably be taking some fight classes or something, please. Everyone's gonna die. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. And also that arc, and I probably did mention this in the bug episode in episode 3 and 4 of season 2, because there's a little bit of a gap I might have forgotten. But it's interesting to see that development of Nolan, because in episode 1, it's like Superman gone bad. And it's like episode 2, 3, 4, 5, it's like, you know, what's his goal here? He's like gone evil, is taking out any loose ends, you know, what's going on with Mark. And then you sort of start seeing the human element, and we don't fully understand it. Like, we discussed it a little bit. You know, you're going to get older, you're going to age, there's all this stuff, you're going to be the only one left. But the bug planet really, in a really quick and easy way, helps us visualize it. Because Nolan describes his wife as, you know, loving her like a pet, right? And we're like, whoa, that is a horrible way to talk about a human being, because we're looking at it from a human being's perspective. But then when we look at the bug people, it's like, oh, well, their lives are really short. They're going to die within, let's say, a year or two. They're not the same species as us. It's a lot easier to distance ourselves a little bit from the bug people because we don't empathize with them as much, you know, even though they can speak, they can form relationships, they live lives. And it's like, yeah, well, their lives are shorter and they're going to die. So it kind of makes sense you're not as attached. But the Chalma, oh, right. Yeah. And so now the way sort of Invincible felt bad for the bug people on that planet, he's kind of understanding how his dad felt about the people on Earth. And it's like, yes, made terrible mistakes, said some horrible things. Probably not the best way to try to convince your son to join you. Probably could have done it a little bit differently, but so could have Darth Vader. But, like, you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? Like, being a parent doesn't exactly come with an instruction manual. You know, so, yeah. This series is interesting. This series is interesting. It really touches some deep topics. Then it keeps it fresh by just killing off superheroes in very gruesome ways. It loves that shit. And I gotta say, I love it too. Because the Earth superheroes that moved up to front stage in season 2, obviously all the new ones, it was like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting how to see them go, but they're gonna get decimated by someone. And then lizard people come along and they decimate half the crew, right? You know, they don't leave them around too long to be boring. But then you've got, and you know, we forgot about these people. We've got like that Beastman guy that was on Earth but left or something. Like, what's going on there? And Nolan clearly knew what that beast person is all about, right? Like, he was watching. So he knew he wasn't able to kill Invincible, or at the very least he was close enough to step in. But you see what I mean? There's like more at play. And then you have some aliens that are aware of Viltrumites. And there's this whole broader thing happening in the story. And this is really interesting. It's like so far removed from Earth, and it really makes the humans feel insignificant amongst it all. Because, one, technologically speaking, not that advanced compared to everyone else. 2, we are quite, what's the word? Fragile in comparison to these other species. So, yeah, we're not the highest in the pecking order. Which makes it interesting, because in every story, we're always on the apex, and we're the predators, and we're the heroes, and we wipe out the alien no matter what. And in this case, the alien might wipe out us, you know? Really good series. Really, really good series. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. I've got my thoughts shared. That's what I think so far. That's what I want to say. Like, good stuff. Good stuff. And of course, English, and they've got a plethora of subtitles, none of which are Serbian. Ouch. 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 I got banned from Discord for posting a mobile game link on the self-promotion. What? What? Mobile game link? I don't know. Handle that later.
Bring Invincible here. He is the key to turning the tide of this war.
I'm kind of still screwed up about what happened to Rick.
I didn't even know if Nolan was alive. Now he's left another planet in ruins, and his new kid is sitting in my kitchen.
Yeah, well, that's basically what he does, right?
They possess the real Russ Livingston, and they're capable of possessing a million more of us.
A lot of people could get hurt.
Just come back safe.
Read my books, Mark.
Die fast, assholes!
Wait, did he just say the man with the invincible gun? The man with the invincible gun. Savage planet, savage beasts. Okay, I think beast people... Invincible gun might be a way to take out Viltrumites.
Die fast, assholes! There's too many!
Get close!
No, eat!
I seriously feel they could have come a little bit better equipped to that operation. Hey, from Texas? Oh! Hey! How's it going?
So brave. But is it the brave man who survives? Or is it the one who waits?
Is it just me, or does this guy look like James from Team Rocket, but he looks like he joined the Phantom Thieves?
Until his opponent is too injured to fight.
Just do it, you prick.
Wow, they didn't even, like, hesitate. I thought he was going to play around with him. They're like, nope, fuck it. This show is gruesome and excellent trigger discipline. See? Fingers off the trigger when he's not shooting. Love it. I think the exit wound would have been a little bit bigger, but I don't know.
Guardians! Protect them!
almost done.
Whatever you are planning, it will fail. You could have been useful servants. We will grant you death instead.
There's too many of them! We can't give up! Oh no! Look out below! I'm not as strong as Eve, but I can keep them away for a few minutes. A few minutes is all I need.
A few minutes? That's quite a lot, actually, all things considered.
Please hurry!
Rudy?
Done. Tell them someone has to get this close to us and then press the button. Anyone? Please hurry! Someone. Anyone!
Give it to me!
I'll do it.
How dare you!
Stop it! I'm stronger and faster than you, and you know it!
Can we, like, have this fight later? Wrong time.
Don't fail.
Cover me! No!
We're almost there.
No.
Shapesmith?
I can't keep them.
Go long!
Got you. Yes. Hell yes, we did it.
Did you?
We told you we were too powerful.
Ah, shit! Well, at least the thumbnail chose itself. There's shit, and then there's shit. I mean, Adam Eve especially. If he knows how to use her powers, like, beyond shit.
Maybe there's some juice left in this thing? That's a big maybe.
What if you just attack their bodies directly?
You okay?
Yeah.
Nice teamwork. They were in sync, which is rare. That's good.
Just happy to be me again.
Yes, hooray! 10 out of 10. We need to go now. Where am I?
We'll explain later.
Oh, the Guardians are dead. They're so dead, they've made quite the mess of your precious little missile base. I'm not sure you'll ever get the floors clean again. Agree to my demands, and I will consider not destroying half of the nation.
How the hell?
Well, look at this brave little soldier.
What is he, like? I don't know, some new superpower? Has anyone seen that show? What's it called? God, I forgot the name. It's about these delinquent teenagers. It's a British show. And they're doing community service. And then they discover they have superpowers after a lightning storm. And there's this one guy that can't discover his power. And they keep trying different things, but they can't figure out his power. And then in the end, they figure out that he's actually immortal. Misfits, that's the one! Like, he accidentally gets killed, and they bury his body so they don't get into trouble, and then he figures out that he's immortal, and he's buried alive.
It's like the loss of your brain hasn't hurt you as much as one would expect. Oh my, how sad.
Shut up.
Perhaps you're too stupid to realize this, but you're so...
I said, shut up!
Didn't he lose his hand? He's like hitting him with the part of the hand. Ow! And he's got like his ligament cut and you see the bone. Jesus, how is he walking?
Are you alright?
Why would you? That's a weird question. I'm fine. Totally good. Huh?
I am so confused. He hasn't bled out. He's not in shock. I'm just, what?
Never better? You know me. I'm practically...
Bruh.
We need to get this guy to an OR now. Get a stretcher over here.
And what are they gonna do? Plug the hole? Adrenaline is a hell of a drug. I mean, adrenaline can make your body move and things, but like, if you're missing your brain, you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Oh god. I thought she was crushed. I thought she was crushed, because, like, you can see the blood coming out of this guy's mouth. I thought that was, like, her blood, you know, from being crushed. Is there anyone else that's not dead?
Never gonna eat sushi. The hangar's through there. Halt! You saved us from the sequence, and for that we are grateful. Yeah, you're welcome. Look, we gotta go. But we cannot permit you to leave with the great betrayer. Me? This is all you're doing. You must remain here for punishment. What kind of punishment? Death. I understand. Go, faster, faster! This is as fast as it goes.
Which button fires back?
I don't know. I've only been inside one of these once when I was a kid. It was a school trip. Open the airlock.
I mean, I was gonna say, Invincible could, like, why was he even in the ship? Even the first time, he could have been outside the ship providing cover.
Sorry.
Isn't that like a nuclear bomb? Didn't one of those ships explode, though?
That was amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, well, you know, I trained with the best, right?
Awkward.
Good work.
Ooh, that would be hard to say. But that's commendable. That's commendable. Shake his hand, you dumbass!
Thanks.
Thank God for that. If he just stood there looking at it, like, that would have been the most F thing.
You too.
You okay? You seem a little shook.
It was unpleasant having my mind under sequid control, and being out of my armor was extremely stressful.
Oh shit, that whole thing was insane.
Thankfully, I was able to control my fear response this time. I changed myself, fixed a problem. I can do the same for...
Don't.
But it just makes sense
I
to...
said don't.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Humans are very irrational.
Alright, let's see if we can do this without you peeing on me again. Thank you for the update, Cecil. I'm glad Mark and the others are safe. But let's be honest. That's not the only reason you're here.
The GDA has an entire department dedicated to superhero children.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about the purple elephant child in the room?
Right. Because a top secret government lab is the perfect place to raise a child.
We paint clouds on the ceiling. Look, after everything Nolan put you through, no one expects you to raise this kid. Let us help.
Mama!
Oh God.
Sweetie, your mom
Oh God, she's bonding with it!
is far, far away, and your dad...
Your mother is a dead grasshopper.
The truth is, Cecil, this isn't about Nolan or me. It's about Mark.
Is it though? Is it?
This child is Mark's brother. His only brother, which makes him family to me too.
Debbie,
And let me remind you that I raised Mark, who just saved the world. Again, I'm more than qualified to do this. Isn't that right?
Is it that, or is it that this child actually gives you something you can do in the world that only you can do? Because everything else around you seems to be falling apart. You're struggling to maintain relationships with other people because you can't relate to them. You don't have a family life, you don't have a husband, and you can't even do a career because you lack the experience due to being out of the office for so long. I don't know.
alright. You win. But we're here if you need us. And I expect to be kept in the loop.
It's nap time.
Doesn't Cecil already have bugs in the house or something? United States Pentagon, parking in the rear. Ha! I get the joke, because the only way the airplane could have hit the Pentagon is if it was actually running on the ground. You know, because of that angle, it would actually have to be like running on the ground to hit the Pentagon. I get the joke. Clever. And all the security footage is missing. Clever. And they just so happened to hit the part of the Pentagon that was holding all the documents when they were looking for $4 trillion that just disappeared. Clever.
Welcome back, Captain Livingston.
Can I go home? I just want to go home. Sequids don't sleep. They never let me sleep.
I'm gonna need an entire box of Q-tips to get all that sequid slime out of my ears.
Actually, Q-tips don't get things out of the ears. 9 times out of 10, they push things in. There's actually a device to get stuff out. Or if you're in Japan, you actually go to an ear specialist and they clean out your ears for you. With this little device that's like a little hook.
You're lucky you only got some in your ears.
Wait, did you get some in your butt? Ew! Now, imagine this. This guy's entire first crew was decimated by Nolan. This guy's second crew, well, mostly this girl, was decimated again. So he's the survivor of 2 slaughters. On top of that, he was probably dating / banging one of them. This guy is an emotional mess. Like, imagine how useless you would feel. Plus, he's immortal, so he probably has been through it several times before. Well, he somehow survived whatever the hell Nolan did to him, so, like, yeah. You know, the crazy thing is Adam Eve could probably heal these people because she's able to manipulate atoms, so she could restructure a person's entire body. Whether or not they sustain damage or not. The only question would be whether or not you could reconstruct a person that's dead and fire up their neurons so their brain works like nothing ever happened. That, questionable. But like someone alive that, say, faced, I don't know, lost the limb, right? She could probably rearrange atoms to recreate that limb that would perfectly fit onto the body like nothing ever happened. Probably. Probably. Or like, I don't know, there's a bullet in someone. She could probably remove the bullet from whatever part of the body that it's stuck in without, you know, causing damage to the other parts that you would normally get through surgery when you're cutting. The sad thing is, he could have stayed behind and it would have made no difference. Guilt. Guilt, man. Guilt. Survivor's guilt. Where you start questioning, should I have done this? Should I have done that? If I did this, this could have... It simply isn't fair. Because hindsight is 2020. Like, the mission wasn't in your base. You had no reason to believe that your base would have been attacked on that day when you were away. Like, it's just not fair. She can't affect organic matter due to the mental block, remember? Oh. Really? I thought she did a little bit before. No, she didn't. Those things died on their own. Wow, mental block. What a bitch. But then again, safety mechanism to stop her from, like, killing people. But then again, that doesn't exactly stop her from killing people, because she can modify everything around her that can just be used to kill people. So if anything, the mental block probably just, I don't know, makes her less effective to be good. Oh crap, he told her everything. You see, they somehow managed to salvage her character. They managed to salvage her character, because in season 1, I fucking hated her. But now I'm like, okay. Okay. She's like, you know what I mean? Because in the last 2 episodes, she kind of had to go through some shit, even though she had her own shit. So it's like, okay, she's actually very mature for what she's going through. And she's handling it very well and also being supportive without being pushy or anything like that. So in my eyes, they really redeemed the character in that sense. Even though technically they didn't write her that way in the beginning. But from my point of view, I did really hate her for what she did back in season 1. Like, really hated her for that. Like, what the hell, man? What the hell? It was like, what the hell, man? So yeah, that's an example of a character that I really hated that I don't actually hate anymore. That's a good example.
Good job, Oliver.
Oliver?
Mark.
It's got a name now.
Bra
Brabra. Okay, so he's already, like, walking and talking. I think walking for babies is, like, a year? They have to be around for, like, a year and a half before they can walk? Talking, I think, is before walking? I don't know.
Bra.
You named him after Grandpa?
Well, he needed an actual name. Besides Nolan's alien baby.
It's good. I like it.
Nolan's alien baby. But Nolan is an alien. So it's just Nolan's baby.
Kate Jaw was a fearless warrior. Though her powers came from a family curse, she believed they were a gift to help those around her. That was Kate's real power. Her unwavering belief that this world is good, even when it killed her over and over and over again. Kate never stopped believing that. and encouraged me to do the same. Kate Shaw was a kindred soul.
Ouch. So she could remain alive as long as the primary body was not killed. Damn. So she would have experienced death multiple times. Okay. So I guess the experience does loop back to the original body if one of the clones is killed.
It was a beautiful service. I'm glad it didn't rain. Kate hated the rain.
Looks like it's raining now.
Why do I feel this way, Marcus? Because you loved a man. I loved many others before Kate. All of them died as well. But this is different.
I'm automatically reminded of the quote from Legolas's father when the other elf girl is crying for the human that dies in The Hobbit. And she's like, why does it hurt so much? And he's just like, because it's real. Or because it was real. Woof.
I thought we had more time together.
Woof. 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 They nailed that, man. Woof. They nailed it. They nailed it. Amber wasn't actually even mad at Mark when he told her in the comics. She was pretty chill about it, telling her he had superpowers. No, not the superpowers. It was the part that he was late to the date in season 1. And I think there was something happened and he had to save some people. And she was like, but you were late to the date. And he basically was like, I had to help these people, blah, 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 blah. And then in this one, she was basically like, but you were late to the date. And I'm like, he just told you saved people's lives, you know? It's like me being late to a date. And it's like, what happened? I'm like, there was an old lady that needed to cross the road and I helped her, you know? And imagine your date's like, yeah, but why are you late? You know, it's like, you know. It never gets easier when people you love die, speaking from experience. I'm going to sound like a dick, but in a way it does, because you learn how to manage. You know the cycle that you go through. You know the cycle, like you've been through that enough times that you kind of know how much time you need and the process that you need to go through. The thing that gets you is the emotional roller coaster where you think you're kind of okay, but you're actually not okay. And the way you think is, in hindsight, completely different to how you normally think, but at the time, you don't actually realize. It's wild. Because it's not like you get upset and you're angry for 20 minutes, right? And after those 20 minutes, you're like, ah, crap, I was angry. You know, like, I know I was angry. I probably said something I shouldn't have said. I probably acted how I shouldn't have acted. I, probably did something stupid. The grieving process could be days or weeks of that. And because it's for so long, you think you're okay because your baseline becomes grieving. And your hindsight of what happened yesterday or the day before, you think it's normal. You think you're at the end of the woods, but you're still not, you know? And it's only like potentially weeks later that you're like, okay, I was actually grieving during that time. And it's really tricky. Particularly with people. Like, if someone close to you is grieving, you don't know what they need. Well, like, if you're close to them enough and they've been through it, you kind of know what they need. But, yeah. It's kind of sad. It actually gets easier because you know how to manage it. Yeah. But it also depends on the strength of the relationship too. Because the deeper the relationship, the more it will unbalance you. Because you basically, like, imagine, I would say, and I don't know, this is the way I look at it, but imagine your psyche's like a table. And one of these people was just one of the legs on the table and you just removed one of the legs. The table isn't going to collapse. But, like, it's not as stable as it was with that leg. It's a bit shaky, you know? And if, say, for example, another leg was to get taken down at the same time, it's a lot more shaky, you know? So, like, it compounds. It's not the same as just taking one away. It compounds the effect. And, like, you take enough legs away, the table's just basically going to flop on the ground. And unfortunately, that happens to people. We see that in situations where, like, tragedies happen. Like, someone loses multiple people and they're just gone. They're never the same person again. They just never recover from it. It's sad. That's really sad. By the way, in the last year, we ended up getting a little coffee machine at home. This is a double boiler. We have a single boiler. And I'll tell you, it's game-changing. Hutchin now actually drinks coffee. Because we can make, you know, cappuccino cafe style at home. And I'll tell you what, those cafe people ain't doing shit. All they're doing is just like doing a little bit of a hot milk at the end to make it look good. Other than that, the machine's doing all the work. The quantity of coffee, the temperature control, it's all the machine, man. It's all the machine. See, that's all the humans doing, the little love heart. Coffee, man, what a scam. Have you ever tried dark chocolate coffee ground? I don't think so. But I have had like dark chocolate. You have dark chocolate in your mouth and you drink a bit of coffee and it melts. Maybe I should try it. I'm learning to try different coffee brands. Every time like Hutchin catches up with a friend or something at a cafe and she tries a coffee she really likes, I always ask her to take a look at what beans they use. And then I basically buy the beans. And I'm like, is this the coffee you had? And she's like, holy shit. And I'm like, it's just the beans, Hutchin. It's just the beans. If you can recommend it, basically like pop it in Discord. We have like a food thread. Just pop the name of it and I'll see if I can find it. I wouldn't mind trying it. Coffee's nice. I was drinking instant coffee for years. Like instant coffee. To the point that when I started working corporate and I wasn't getting a full night's sleep, a single day in the week, at the first thing I did at work was a cup, actual spoon, not teaspoon, actual spoon. It's like 1, 2, sometimes 3 scoops of coffee in like a normal mug, like literal liquid death, and just drink it to wake me up. Like I was effed. And now I started drinking like nice coffee, and I'm like, oh, I can't go back to instant. I've just ruined it. Game changer. So F, they can't have a normal relationship. So, how was your class? Oh, I didn't go to class. I had to go to space and half my team died. It's just, you know, they're having to deal with a lot. I can really sympathize. I can really sympathize. You're trying to do all this and then have a normal relationship. It's kind of crazy that Mark now has to deal with everything that his dad had to deal with. And you can kind of see why his dad simply switched off. I think Nolan honestly switched off emotionally. Just switched off. Because it just wasn't worth it. He just had to go home and he just couldn't be bothered. He just switched off emotionally. Finally, there is Death Coffee, which you have to drink only a shot of because of how strong it is. Isn't that the one that, you know, ISIS basically uses? It keeps you up for like 2 days. It's basically crack. It's got so much caffeine, it's basically crack. I could probably handle a shot of it because I've drank a crap ton of caffeine. And my caffeine tolerance has gone really high in the past. But I think like a normal person that drinks maybe a cup or 2 of coffee a day would get very jittery drinking that. I think a shot is close to 7-8 espressos at once. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. There's one that's called like Donkey Kick or something like that. That's like 4 or 5 in a single shot.
How's your mom?
See? How's classes?
Sorry, you go.
No, you go. Please.
So, classes are going okay?
I mean, I'm at the point where I just roll out of bed and go to lectures in my pajamas.
That is the biggest uni thing. So, it's the dead coffee. Thank you. When you're away from uni and you have to travel to uni, you go to all the classes because of the amount of effort that it takes to go to uni. When you live at uni, it's so easy to get to class that you start actually going late to lectures because you leave home 5 minutes before class. And then you get to the stage where you can't even be bothered going to lectures and you just sleep in. It's horrible. I don't know. It's so bad.
It's very freeing. Well, how's your new brother? Is he adjusting? Is your mom losing her mind yet?
Oliver's doing great, and they really get along, which is awesome. My mom's still getting used to chewing his food for him, though.
She chews his food?
Yeah. It turns out Thraxan babies don't have enzymes to break down solid food.
What about a blender? Your mother's not a bird.
We're hoping his Viltrumite half will kick in soon.
Oh.
Doesn't that kick in when he's like 16 or 18?
Okay, can I just say this feels like a first date?
Yeah, a bad first date.
Oh, don't say that.
I missed you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Missed you too. Really thought college would be different. Right? You know, like late night study sessions, secret dorm parties, spending time with my girlfriend. Instead, we hang out less than we did before we went to college.
Whenever my friends here ask where you are, I'm always like, oh, Mark's studying for an exam, or he went home for the weekend. I hate lying to them, Mark. And I have no one to talk to about it. I mean, sure, there's William, but he's more your friend than mine.
Yeah, I know.
It's our first year of college, our first time living on our own, and it feels like we're missing it.
You know, sometimes I wish I never got powers. Then I could just be with you and forget about everything else.
But you do have powers, and that means you have an obligation to make the world a better place. And if you didn't feel that way, we wouldn't be dating to begin with.
So,
That's quite a bit of depth there. And maturity.
what do we do now?
Kids, you need to hump. It is the only way. No words. Okay.
Mark, look who's back!
Oh! So he's not the only one they're doing this to.
Oh, Rick. How are you feeling?
Hi, Mark. I guess I'm fine.
He's doing great. Doctors gave him a clean bill of health. Donald says he can come back to upstate, right?
I'm here to help facilitate his transition.
I love how they're talking so robotically. I am great. I am here to facilitate his transition.
If there's anything I can do, just call me.
That is so kind. Thank you. Come on, Rick. I guilted the college into giving you a private room in the dorm next door. I already decorated it.
Wow, Rick looks exactly the same. It's like nothing happened. Something did happen. He went through intensive body reconstruction. That kind of trauma can resurface. Donald, are you okay?
Hand tremors are one of those signs that there's something there that the other person is suppressing. It starts showing up into limbs of the body, little tics that you can't control.
Tell William I'll check in later to see how Rick's doing. Okay. Bye.
You really want to address that before it gets to something a lot worse than just hand tremors. Are they gonna clean this shit up? I love it. It just disappeared. Character growth is one hell of a drug. When it's done properly, it's good.
Well, you look like shit. And that's coming from a guy that looks like this. Heard you're getting a new hand, too. Yeah. Lucky me.
So he's getting an eye patch and a fake hand. Carry on.
How's Ray? Hold it in there. You know, when that bullet went through my head, I saw my life flash before my eyes. Yeah, that's always sounded like bullshit to me too, but it's not. And I didn't like what I saw.
It's literally DMT. A part of your brain actually excretes DMT when you think you're about to die. That's what gives you the lifing flashing before your eyes. Your brain goes into overdrive. Mostly playing back memories and whatnot.
I was such a dick to Kate.
But, to be fair, in the last episode before this happened, you actually had a really good conversation with, yeah. So, like, not an entire dick. You had a lot of character development before this happened. So it's not due to the experience, but rather it was in you all along. And now it's just sort of... See what I mean? They're actually writing it really well.
To Eve, too. To every woman I've ever dated. None of them deserved it. I don't know why I had to get my brains blown out to see that. What is it about being a superhero where we go around saving lives while ruining them at the same time? Jesus. All right, let's hear it. Hear what? The reason your face looks all like that. I don't know. You know, sad and shit.
Wow. Wow, everyone's damaged. Everyone's carrying damage.
Mark!
Oh, hey, Eve. You here to see Rex?
Yeah, I try to stop in when I can.
That's nice.
Oh, these, turns out Rex really likes home decorating magazines. I think it's because he's never really had a home.
Woof.
Hey, I haven't seen you since Kate's funeral. Are you okay, Mark?
Yeah. No, I'm fine. Anyway, I gotta run, so I'll see you around.
Okay.
Everyone's fine, but no one's fine.
Eve! The bearer of spring colors and waterfall countertops.
You're the only person I know who still reads magazines.
Oh, I'm cultured like that. And plus, the internet sucks.
So, I just ran into Mark, and
Ugh, I know, right? He and Amber are...
wait, what does that mean?
10 best bedroom makeovers? Yes, please.
Wait, talking about a guy behind his back, what?
So, Helga, you've been a nanny for 30 years. Children are my life.
Oh my god, it's Mary Poppins. How much you want to bet she's working for the Russians and she's going to try to kidnap the purple baby?
Your resume is very impressive. Yes. But I don't think you're the right fit for us. No? No. I'm not comfortable hiring a spy.
Knew it!
Spy? I don't understand. I was married to Nolan for 20 years. I can spot Cecil's people a mile away. So, thank you. Bye-bye.
Let me guess, her resume was too good.
That man cannot take a hint.
Hi, I'm April Howsam, here for the nanny position. Now, before we begin, you should know that Cecil sent me. Now, I wasn't supposed to tell you, but I think it's unacceptable to mislead a potential employer.
Clever! Clever! By revealing something she already will probably figure out, she thinks that you're honest. Clever! Fun fact, there was a former SS officer who spent decades with a bullet in his brain. One day, her head hit his head on that counter. One day, her hit his head on the counter and it dislodged the bullet, resulting in death by brain hemorrhage. Am I supposed to feel bad? Because they were an SS officer. And that means something.
Especially one looking for someone to take care of their child.
Oldest trick in the book.
Please come in.
Oh,
As you can see, I have extensive experience working with gifted children ranging from newborns to late teens.
So you know that Oliver is...
Half Thraxan, half Viltrumite. I also know that Nolan Grayson, or Omni-Man, is Oliver's father, and that your son Mark, also Invincible, is Oliver's half-brother.
You've been thoroughly briefed, I see.
My philosophy on child rearing is simple. Encourage a child's natural curiosity for the world.
Nye.
Here you go, buddy. While giving him structure and a safe space to grow and learn.
Why were the scissors just left there?
I also play a mean lullaby on the ukulele.
I appreciate your honesty, April. But I don't want a GTA agent in my house running interference for Cecil on how to raise Oliver.
There's only a handful of people in the world with my skill set. This allows me job security and freedom from government oversight. I work for you, Miss Grayson, not Cecil. Period. You're the boss, not him.
But technically, he could have told you to say that, so you know what I mean?
Mama boss.
See? Oliver knows who's in charge.
Wow. Mama boss.
Real nice place you made here, Eve.
Cecil?
Reminds me of where I grew up. I wanted to thank you personally for helping out with the whole Sequit business. And to once again offer you a spot on the Guardians.
Cecil.
Duplicate's dead. Ray and Rex are in the hospital, and Immortal is... Well, let's be frank, his head is not in the game right now. So what do you say? Ready to join the team? You're old friends with half of them anyway.
Cecil. You know, I'm still figuring out what kind of hero I want to be, and that's not the kind of person you need on the Guardians. But you know how to find me if you need my help again.
And you know where to find me when you change your mind. Thanks for your time, Eve.
I like how he said when and not if. He's very, very careful with his language.
I'll leave you to your guest now.
What guest?
I love how briefed he is.
You up there? Amber? Your place really blends in with the trees.
Yeah, she's living in the house hidden in the trees.
I walked past it like 5 times. Can we talk?
I told you it's gonna be another 4 hours. You want it done fast or done right?
Hey, Art.
Mark. Sorry, I thought you were someone else. Just leave your suit and I'll have it fixed by morning.
I actually came to talk, but if you're busy, I can...
What's on your mind?
How sharp are those scissors? I mean, I personally wouldn't want a child carrying scissors either way. It's more so the fear that they'll poke out their eye.
Well,
The house in the leaves? Yes.
Ah, I see. Girl trouble.
Oh god.
that obvious, huh?
It's all over your face, kid. Pull up a chair.
Ah, it's the
And
other guy.
I love Amber, and I
He's on Earth, the purple guy.
want to be with her, but it feels like the universe is conspiring against us.
Ugh, it doesn't matter if you're a superhero or an ordinary Joe. Relationships aren't easy. I should know. I've been in plenty of them in my day.
I've only dated one guy. Rex was my first serious boyfriend, which is sad and embarrassing to admit out loud. We all gotta start somewhere. You know, we'd known each other for years. It just kind of made sense. And it was good for a while. Until I finally had enough of him cheating on me every time he left the tower. It was the lying that hurt more. He made me feel like I was crazy when I started figuring it out. That really sucked.
That is really fucked. That is fucked.
Yeah, the lying was the worst part for me, too. But I thought after we got over that, it'd work out. Mark puts himself on the line for people he doesn't even know, and that takes real...
Guts to not care what anyone else thinks, you know? And Amber always does the right thing. It's inspiring. She makes me a better person.
A real catch. So what's the problem?
The problem is, I'm...
invincible. Whether it's a tsunami or some psycho with rocket launchers for arms, when bad things happen, Mark has to drop everything and go.
Yeah, everything. Including you.
I don't care when Mark cancels our date or forgets to text. I mean, he's saving the world. It's not that. It's that it makes me feel like a...
jerk. Because I'm doing exactly to her what my dad did to me and my mom. But we never complained because A, it made us feel like assholes, and B, we didn't want to distract Dad from saving the world. I don't want that kind of life for Amber. She deserves better.
Well, if you guys can't always be together, then make the times you are together count.
That doesn't work either. When we're together, I feel guilty. Like I'm taking him away from people who really need him. Mark needs someone who
is there for her, who really understands what she's going through in college and
what it's like dating a superhero. I can't talk to anyone about it, not my friends, not my family, so now I'm the liar instead of him. I knew dating Mark would be difficult, I just didn't know it would be so lonely.
I feel like I'm failing Amber.
You're not saving the world right now.
And Mark's back on Earth, so I guess the question you have to ask yourself is, why are you here talking to me when you should be talking to him?
Oh, fuck.
Go home, Mark. Go home and be with your girlfriend.
Yeah, thanks for listening, Art.
Hey, your mom told me what happened with your dad on Thraxa. It had to be tough. Seeing him again.
Even after everything he did, I didn't realize how much I missed him. I don't know. Maybe that makes me a bad person or something.
It makes you human.
And then the last thing he told me before the Viltrumites took him away wasn't, I love you, or I'm sorry. It was, read my books.
You know, like the one piece of instruction that you're not actually doing, despite an incoming invasion of Viltrumites, which you are fully aware of, but you kind of seem to be ignoring.
Why did he say that?
I don't know. My mom threw out all his stuff when I was away.
God damn it!
I got his travel books from the library, but nothing popped out.
Nolan wrote more than just travel books.
What?
He wrote sci-fi novels under a pen name when you were a kid. None of them sold right, so he gave it up. Can you believe he gave them to me as a tip once? A big spender? Your dad was not.
Lost inside the chasm to oblivion. Hate tribes on the planet wreck.
I told Nolan they were great. Real exciting. I never read them.
What a good friend. Hey Demiurge, how's it going? You enjoying the show? Yes, it's so good. I like it. Mark, can you just read the goddamn book about the fucking invincible gun?
After the quad got destroyed, they just rebuilt it exactly the same. A missed opportunity, if you ask me.
I don't remember this.
It, commemorates D.A. Sinclair's, victims.
Victims?
You're the only one who, recovered. You hungry? They did upgrade the waffle maker in the cafeteria.
I see flashes sometimes. Sinclair's face, a scalpel. But it's like I'm watching someone else's nightmare. Am I me again, William?
Disassociating yourself from a traumatic event so you're not mentally unbalanced? No, that's perfectly normal. You'll probably get nightmares.
What? Of course you're you.
D.A. Sinclair took so much of me away. I don't think they found it all. Who am I if I can't even remember what I'm missing?
Rick, I'm so sorry. It's going to be all right. I promise. We'll get through this together.
So now we have another relationship arc that's taking place with the other two. Damn. Okay, now let's see a relationship that isn't damaged. And go. Shit, there's none. It's amazing what the brain will do to try to protect itself. It needs to survive. That's its number one priority. Survive. If that means lying to you, well, it's gonna do that.
The man with the invincible gun.
Please!
Catchy title, Dad.
Thank you, please, start reading.
Little was known about the Space Rider. He was a mystery, the stuff of legends. Stories about him
Stretched across the 12 galaxies. But in all of them, One detail remained constant: the Infinity Ray.
You see, I don't even watch Marvel, but I know what an Infinity Gauntlet is.
It was said to emit an unstoppable energy wave that destroyed anything in its path. But it required a steady hand, and more importantly, a steady mind. For it wasn't a weapon to be used in haste. No one has ever gotten close enough to study the Infinity Ray for themselves. The Space Rider always makes sure of that.
Bruh!
If the Infinity Ray is indeed real, and as powerful as the stories claim, it poses a huge
Threat to our mission.
Yeah, our mission?
Okay.
Oh, come on!
Savage planet, savage beasts.
Yes, the Viltrumites or the Beast People?
Our mission was simple. To
investigate this harsh planet and report back to Space Command headquarters. The first thing we noticed was its gravity. The planet was so dense and its pull so strong, we could barely move.
It's called weight training. Deal with it.
After finding no usable resources, my partner and I were ready to return home. But the planet had other plans. Ragnar's. In an instant, I was surrounded, swarmed, overwhelmed. I've battled creatures 10 times their size. But because of the gravity on this planet, Ragnar's had evolved strength like no other. I had grossly underestimated these creatures, and I feared this place would be my grave.
Wait. No way.
Yes! Yeah! Think, Mark! Think! Fuck!
What do you want, Cecil?
Bermuda. I hear it's lovely this time of year.
What are you talking about?
You and a long overdue vacation on the house.
No.
I wasn't asking.
How dare you?
Syke's concerned. So am I.
See, he's grieving, and so he thinks he's fine. He's not fine. He's not fine.
Since you refuse to see our specialist...
I don't need your pinheads poking around my brain!
Kate's death was difficult for everyone. But I need you...
I said I'm fine!
What? Send it here.
What is that?
Someone's coming in hot from deep space.
Omni-Man.
Immortal, wait. Immortal! Fuck. Donald?
Ugh, where did Invincible say he lived again? Crap, this is gonna be tricky. Whoa, hey!
Does he look like Omni-Man to you?
I think there's been a misunderstanding. How can I hear you speak? Okay, it's just this implant I have. It lets us communicate telepathically. It's not a big deal. Get out of my head!
Oh. Fuck!
Hey, I am not here to fight. I'm just looking for Invincible. Invincible? Omni-Man sent you! No! Hey, chill the hell out. I do not want to hurt you, sir. Oh, that hurts. Oh, you crossed
cross the line with that one. I'll kill you! We just met! Stop! Invincible!
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I came here looking for you, and then suddenly this douchebag attacked me.
He's grieving. You gotta give him a pass. And I'm an idiot. I turned on the aircon, and I'm like, let's turn up the aircon. And I turned up the degrees to like 27 degrees. And now I'm cooking. And I'm like, fuck! Alright, turn it down to 24. I'm an idiot!
You have those on Earth, right? Douchebags.
Alan's my friend. He's a good guy.
Oh, my thing only works between me and someone else, not between two other someone else's. It's a design flaw. I'm told there's an update coming.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Right. Can you tell him?
Yeah, with pleasure.
I like how he's just sitting there, just...
Hi, sir. Mark says I'm a pal. He also says I'm essentially the king of space, so you should be very nice to me. Also, he says he hates your dumb beard because it's missing all the best parts of a beard. These parts.
I don't believe you.
Can we, like, go to a space coffee shop and talk? Like, seriously.
He doesn't believe me.
Did Alan attack you or threaten you?
Oh, good question. Mark wants to know if I attacked you or threatened you, which I totally didn't.
No, don't... oh.
Because you just charged up here and attacked me. Not very heroic of you, Earth superhero of Earth.
I thought you were someone else.
Hell is that guy's problem?
His girlfriend just died.
Well, now I feel like a giant douchebag.
Everyone feels like a douchebag.
You do have them, right? If I'm gonna keep making that reference. Look, we need to talk. Can we go somewhere that's not, like, in space?
Yeah, like a space coffee shop. Like a space Wendy's.
And also, for future reference, will you just point to where you live?
Well, the planet kind of rotates. It might be a problem. Hey guys, if you go to a party and you don't take a photo about it, did it ever actually happen? I feel bad for her. But she doesn't want to be clingy. Aww. I feel bad for her. I feel really bad for her. Oh, that means don't come in, right?
Oh, we should be good now.
You know, on my planet, a sock on the door means somebody's fucking.
Wait, if Amber comes to his room and sees the sock, opens the door, sees this muscly man, it's gonna be so funny. I feel bad for her, but it would be hilarious.
Yeah, it's the same here.
I like how he's still smiling and just sits on the bed. No! Can't contain these gains. Amber's gonna be like, shit, what were you guys up to?
Oh, sorry.
You're a lot bigger than the last time I saw you.
Zenkai boost.
Apparently that's what happened when you almost get murdered by a bunch of Viltrumites, and you were me.
He's basically saying.
But, get this. My boss Thetis is also a Viltrumite.
What?
I know, right? It turns out he rebelled against the Empire, like, years ago. So, that makes two of you. It's not much, but it is a start. Now, they could only win over your dad.
Yeah, about my dad. And they took him away. Said they're gonna execute him, if they haven't already.
That is, wow. That is quite the story.
Do you think my dad's dead?
I don't know. Viltrumites are weird about killing their own people. I think because it doesn't happen much anymore.
So, why are you here exactly?
Oh, yes, right, of course. On behalf of Thetis and the Coalition of Planets, I am to escort you to Telescria to discuss our war against the Viltrum Empire and how you can help. Grab your stuff, Mark. We got a boogie.
What? No. I just got back from space. Twice. I'm not going back just to talk to your boss.
This could be our chance to end Viltrumite tyranny for good. Isn't that what you want?
Of course. But Amber and I are in a weird place, and now that my mom's looking after my half-brother, I can't just ditch her. Are we gonna have to fight now?
Nah, I don't fight friends. Because I would win, and I feel terrible. It's a vicious cycle. But
Woof.
I should get going. Thetis will not be happy with me.
Maybe I can help with that. I have a hunch about something, but I need a second opinion.
Huh. This place sounds kind of familiar. Hey! Is that Space Racer?
Well, it's Space Rider in the book.
It's Space Racer in real life, and he is legendary in that no one is sure if he's real or not.
Okay, so I think everything in these books is real. And it's all stuff that can hurt Viltrumites. That's why my dad wanted me to read his books. He's telling us how to defeat the Empire.
Oh, shit. Can I scan these to take back to the Coalition?
Of course.
Thetis will be a lot less pissed when I show him all of this.
Okay, now that is the type of technology we need for piracy reasons. Because God knows I ain't reading the textbook at uni.
Alright, got it. It was good seeing you again, Mark. Thank you. And I'm very sorry about your father's impending or already completed execution.
Thanks. I still don't get why they took him away when they could have just killed him on Thraxa.
They gotta make a spectacle of it. You don't just punish people for punishing them for their actions, you also use it as a mechanism to show people why they shouldn't break the rules. To deter them from doing so, which is why sometimes the punishment doesn't fit the crime.
I've heard rumors of a Viltrumite prison somewhere in space. Maybe they took him there. Want me to ask around?
I'd appreciate that.
I like how he grabbed his
Tell
finger.
Thetis that when it's time to attack, when you need someone for the actual fight, I'll be there.
Count on it.
You might want to train. I'm just saying.
Hey, Mark.
I saw the sock!
Are you and Amber done yet? That sock's been on the door for hours, and I really need to go to bed.
And the bed's fucking broken. He's gonna be jealous. He's gonna be like, wow! I wish someone could pound me like that.
In order for a Viltrumite to be executed, he must be healed and whole.
Wait, these guys are the, what are they called? Garrus from Mass Effect, the shit! What are they called? They're purple and bluish, sort of.
Worthy to stand and face the end of his life with honor, even if his crime was devoid of it. Yet for even such a craven betrayal, there is a path to redemption. Rejoin your people, Nolan. Let this not be your legacy. You conquered hundreds of planets, brought glory to the Empire. You were one of our greatest warriors. How did a mere moment on Earth turn you into a weak, sentimental traitor? Answer me! That planet and its people are toxic if they could do this to you. They too will pay.
You'll want to destroy the planet, not conquer it after this.
Fucking Martian. It wasn't enough that you left me to die on Mars. You had to trash my place, too.
I hope it's not one of those things. No! Oh, no! You know what shocks me? They didn't do a like MRI scan on all the people that came back from the ship that was infested with these things that controls people. Let's just do a scan on everyone just in case. You know, just in case. Nope, no scan. F that. Damn it! And now it's on Earth. Oh no.
Let me help you with the jacket.
Nanny?
An excellent fit, if I do say so myself. May I ask, sir, what's the occasion for such a fine suit?
I'm visiting an old friend. It is good to be home.
The eggs must be a microscope. I love this theme, by the way. It's very Overwatchy. You know what's a real shame? Overwatch is basically dead. It had such a cool premise. A bunch of heroes from different things with different abilities, with different cinematics. They started strong. They had the emotional ones. They had the everything. And then Activision Blizzard. Activision just fucked it. It just fucked it. Just destroyed it. I'm just like, God damn it. Can't we have anything good anymore? Come on. It's not that hard. Anyways. Let's see if there's a post-credit. No post-credit, just a massive credit. I heard Overwatch recently made a collab with Cowboy Bebop. Well, like, collabs are basically what you do when you have nothing else to do. It's like, we've got nothing. Let's appeal to niches. That's it. That's all it is. It's you appeal to niches, and you try to collab with different niches to just try milk as much money as you can through skins. Like, one of the skins is $30. Like, what is that if not a milk? They listened to Twitter. Yes. They listened to the whining children on the internet that don't even play their game. And they lost their actual audience that played the game. I'm going to buy Diablo. And that's the only money Blizzard is getting from me. I mean, considering that it's mostly an offline game, I think, why buy it? I'm a huge Blizzard fan, and I was a Blizzard fan from the beginning. I wanted to work for Blizzard. But after Activision bought it up and it turned corporate and all that stuff, it became hell. And you see all the OG devs and people from Blizzard, they just left. All the good people just leave. And when you lose the good people, you've effectively lost the soul of the company. You've lost the creativity, you've lost the passion, you've lost the experience, you've lost all that. And you can be like, okay, we've changed our company policies. Like, you have to try to build up that culture again from scratch on top of a bad reputation. It's horrible. Such potential wasted. Yes, these seasons are 8 episodes. But these episodes are an hour each. So to be fair, it's like watching a 24-episode season of anime that's around 20 minutes an episode. And this is the way to do it, because these episodes are chunky. They've got so much chunk in them, and not a moment wasted. I love these episodes. I absolutely love it. they somehow always manage to explore another element, but they also progress the plot. They were exploring the elements of the relationships and the dynamics amongst different peoples. Superhero with superhero, superhero with human, superhero with another human, or not so human, not dating a superhero that's currently injured. A normal human with someone that's gone through a traumatic event and might have been operated on using machines and whatnot. It's a heavy episode, really densely packed. And then they progress the plot, obviously, with the whole story of the Viltrumites, the books, the incoming invasion, and then also this alien. And how can someone get shot in the head and still beat the lizard dude with a gun? That's the real question mark on the superpower. That's the real question mark. Does it make him more durable? Does his brain work the same way someone else's brain does? Like, question mark. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good show. I really like it. I don't know. I have a hunch that Nolan's probably just trying to get his strength back. The lizard was just a bitch. Well, to be fair, he was just waiting with a gun. Like, he had the brains to wait to take people out, but he didn't have the brains to put 2 in the chest, 1 in the head. Old school KGB. Just 2 in the heart, 1 in the head. That's how it works. There's a reason that exists. They probably encountered aliens or some shit. 2 in the heart, 1 in the head. One will kill them or the other. Like, one of them will do the job. And if it doesn't, I don't know, then you're screwed, basically. Such a good show. Such a fun show. It's got a bit of comedy in there, but heavy episode overall. Man, I think it's going to have to be a heavy season. This is episode 6. 7 and 8 is just going to be the layup for season 3, which is probably going to be the Viltrumites. I think episode 8 might be the Viltrumites are basically on their way, or the Viltrumites have just arrived. And the words of Michael Tsera, double tap, always. People can also survive some impressive injuries and still function. Remember the guy who had a metal bar go through his head and destroy his frontal lobe, and he lived for ages? Well, I think the rest of the brain compensated for the damage. The whole 9 clip and survived like 50 Cent. Okay, to be fair, the guy that tried to take out 50 Cent, he couldn't shoot for shit. He was like shooting 50 Cent while he was trying to get away. I'm just saying. It was that typical rapper shit where it was probably shooting sideways. Bang, 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 I shot him. Bang, 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 bang. It's like, dude, you're assassinating him. You're sneaking up on him. Like, your first shot should have at the very least been critical. Like, critical. Or incapacitate him in some way. You use the whole magazine and you just, yeah. All bullet holes were not heart or head or any major arteries. Yeah, he shot him and he did damage and stuff, but like he didn't shoot anything meaningful. That's the thing about like hood violence. It's a freaking joke. Like, they do a drive-by, they go in a car, and then they get a submachine gun and they go full auto and they spray, and they're like, yeah, shut up his place. It's like, did a single bullet hit anything? Like, my god, man. I mean, heck, guy in Florida woke up after his wife stabbed him in the head, and another didn't know his wife shot him in the head or whatever for a whole year. Yeah, I remember that one. The guy went to the doctor because he was getting headaches. They did a scan and they found a bullet in his head. I mean, I would have been shocked, right? Like, you have headaches. Wouldn't the bullet leave an entry wound of some sort? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a headache. Like, I'd grab my head and then I'd feel that, you know, there's something there, right? Like, you would think so, right? I don't know. It is America. America be wild. Yeah. We are remarkably resilient creatures at times. Again, the body just wants to survive. That's what it's built for. That's all it's built for. To survive. Everything else is secondary. I think it also to procreate. It's just programmed to pass on its genetic material and survive long enough for the offspring to survive. And then we die from a foot-high fall. Floridian are Saiyans. See, I hear different memes about Florida. In some cases, people just being crazy, and in other cases, just crazy shit happening. And then I see alligators or something, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't even know where Florida is or what is going on, but every time some shit happens, it's always a Florida man meme. And I'm like, what are they putting in the water in Florida? Like, it has to be something. Have I heard of Fish and Garrett? No, I have not. I don't know. I'm a little bit weirded out by Florida. Kind of scared. Like, don't go to Florida. I do know it's like the setting of Meet the Fockers, which is the sequel to Meet the Parents. Crazy stuff has happened. Also, Florida is the eco state that looks like the male genitalia. Oh, God. He goes barefoot in the Everglades at night and yoinks animals by hand. So he just wants to live like Tarzan. GTA 6 all about Florida people. GTA has always been wild. GTA has always been wild. But to be fair, GTA and a lot of the stuff that happens in GTA is not that removed from reality. Because a lot of that stuff happens in reality. Although one person wouldn't do all of it, like a lot of the crazy stuff would happen. Alright, let's take a break. We'll check out a few trailers and then we're going to watch The Boys. Which again is going to be a heavy real show about superheroes. This seems to be a superhero Monday. It's a thing. And then we're going to watch some trailers about people that have powers in a different way. They pushed back GTA to 2026. You want it made right. You don't want GTA being released and having a cyberpunk situation. You don't want that with GTA. Come on. GTA is one of the franchises which has consistently, and Rockstar as a publisher, has consistently been releasing good shit. Like, I haven't even played much of Red Dead Redemption 2, but good shit. We want Rockstar to keep making good shit. And if that means they have to spend a little longer making it, I am cool for that. Like, 100%. Release it native to PlayStation 6 in 4 and 6 and 8K in 60 FPS and all that good stuff. Do it. Just do it right. Don't give us something that's glitchy and crap. And for the love of God, do not listen to Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Listen to that guy that plays Trevor Phillips. That's the guy you should be listening to. Not Twitter. Because if they make GTA woke, it's gonna die. It'll be dead. It'll be dead in the water. 100%. 100%. GTA is the only thing keeping it real.